So ông cũng chia kịch ca and lý do vì what about the big component yes. So next we will have the eulogy, which will be presented by her son. Sophal.
Before I read the eulogy I've written for our mother, I just want to thank everyone here for coming, for honoring her. She was very special to us, and I think she left a mark on life for many people. So thank you. This eulogy is in the form of a letter written to the grandchildren of Youk Lim. So, dear Pascal, Jean-Paul, Philippe, Florence, Marion, Loémie, Sophal, Sophie, Sandra, Esther, Karen, Alexis, Brianna, and Stephen, your grandmother, Youk Lim, was an incredible woman. She grew up in an age and place when women were the property of men, and yet she sought independence. On her home was a sign, Propriété privée de Madame Lim, private property of Mrs. Lim. She acted in director Lee Bunyan's first film, Brunter Crossa, Thunderstorm in the Family, and was paid a share of the profits. Bunyan used her house as a set for his movie because he had no money. He just had a camera. The actors were all shareholders of his enterprise, and they made a small fortune, she told me. She married your grandfather, Ear Eulogy, and delivered Sam, Sophie, and myself in the 1960s and 1970s. Her firstborn, our brother Sophal, she allowed to go live with Grandma's oldest sister, who was childless. Sophal has been missing since the fall of Phnom Penh because the two families got split up. On 17th April 1975, when the Khmer Rouge came to power, she had to take her 5 children, Sam, Sophie, and me, plus stepsons, Sophal and adopted daughter Danny, and husband, to wherever they were told to go. She ended up in Pursat Province, where Grandpa was made to work until he died, and she was left with 5 kids to feed. One day, the Khmer Rouge chief told the village that Vietnamese citizens would be allowed to return to Vietnam. She decided to take a chance and claim to be Vietnamese. It was a dangerous bet. If it turned out she was wrong, she would certainly have been killed. People in the commune warned her it might be a trap. Auntie, they're lying. They'll kill you when you go back there, they said. She told herself, to stay is to die, to go is to die, so I might as well go, she told them. As she arrived in the camp on the Cambodian border with Vietnam, she discovered that she'd given all the boys' girls' names and all the girls' boys' names. Her spoken Vietnamese was that bad. She'd learned it in the markets and with friends, not in any formal way. But because of the kindness of a stranger, Miss Dew, who pointed this out to her and then tutored her for the next couple of days, her Vietnamese improved so much that she passed the language test that the Khmer Rouge and the Vietnamese cadres gave her. Remember, if she failed, we would all be dead. Imagine the courage it took for her to stand there and pretend to be someone she was not, Vietnamese. On the day of the interview, she wrapped us in blankets and made us pretend to be sick so we would not be questioned.